my name. Let me put it this way. I'ma put you.
First things first, welcome back to my channel, Visual Vixens. I am back with another series for you guys. As you know, we are in the month of February, so in honor of Valentine's Day, I'm going to be giving you guys 4 videos, all dedicated to the 4 letters in the word love. So if you want to see how I achieve this sexy sultry cut crease, this bold glitter lip, keep watching. So for those of you who do and don't know, I am using the Eden brow pencil to fill in my brows. This part of the video is going to go kind of fast just because I feel like it's very repetitive to watch the same things and the same steps. So if you want a more detailed view on how I achieve my brows, please look at my natural everyday makeup routine video. I'm going in with my Wet n Wild Small Concealer brush, and I'm using my new favorite concealer, which is the Too Faced concealer in the color Mocha, and I'm going to use that to carve out underneath my brows. Once I get this done, then I'm going to use the LA Pro Girl concealer in Chestnut to just clean up the tail ends and then smooth over all of the concealer as a base. Once I have my base smoothed out, I'm going to go in with the LA Pro Girl concealer in Chestnut and apply that on the outer edges of my eyes. And I do this so that when it comes to blend out my concealer and foundation later, there isn't any harsh lines. And it's really, really easy to blend and leaves a smooth finish. Once my base is all smooth, I'm going to go in with that brown from the Crayon Case Box of Crayons palette. And the brush set that I'm using is my all-time favorite at the moment, which is the BH Cosmetics 12-piece Crystal Quartz brush. And I'm going in with the number 8 Buffing Blending Brush to pat that brown down and carve out my crease. Now that my crease is initially carved out, I'm going to go in with my Morphe Brushes 3502 palette. And I'm taking that color Spice with my Dome Blending Brush in the number 7 from the BH Cosmetics set. And I'm going to use that brush to pat down that Spice color right on the outer edges of that initial brown. Once I have my second transition shade in place, I'm going to take a blending brush from the BH Cosmetics Polka Dot set. And as I've said before, this set is actually discontinued. It's no longer on their site. However, the Crystal Quartz set does have, I believe, 2 blending brushes that you could easily use for dupes. I just personally like to use this brush. It's been in my makeup kit for forever, so I just always grab it. And to blend out that second transition shade, I'm using 2 other transition colors. I didn't initially show them, but in the video as it goes on, you guys will see the 3rd and 4th colors that I use. I believe I used 5 actually in total. Yes, I actually did use 5. So here's where you see me go back in with that number 8 Buffing Blending Brush to go ahead and further define my crease with my darkest and final transition shade. So now you guys are just watching me further build and blend those shadows in my crease out. I'm using the same brushes for the same shadows so that there's no confusion on if I'm dipping the brushes in the different colors. Like, no, I'm using the same brush that I originally used with the same shadows that I originally used to just further blend and make sure that all my transition shades are smooth. Now to initially cut my crease, I'm going to go in with the BH Cosmetics Crystal Court brush in the number 9, which is the eye shader brush. And I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Palette in light to medium. And I'm just using one of the really, really light concealers to go ahead and carve out my crease. Once I have that initially done, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Cosmetics small concealer brush. This is the brush that I always use to carve out my cut creases. I really, really like this brush. It's really, really thin and really affordable. I think I say that in every tutorial at this point, but it's a really good brush. So that's what I'm using to go ahead and carve out my crease before I smooth out the base and then apply my shadow. For my lid, I'm going to go in with the Morphe Blushes Jaclyn Hill Vault Collection Dark Magic palette. And the shadow that I'm using is called Poof. And to apply this, I'm using the Wet n Wild Large Shadow Brush. This brush is amazing. If you guys are looking for affordable brushes that get the job done well, Wet n Wild is your go-to. Seriously. Once I had my lid all filled in, I just went back in with that shade Muddy and the number 8 brush to just further smudge it around my crease before I go in with my eyeliner. The eyeliners that I'm using are the NYX Professional Makeup Liquid Eyeliner in matte, and then I'm using the Wet n Wild Mega Liner in black. I like these eyeliners a lot. They're both very, very different as far as the brush tips. But they get the job done, especially for the cat eyeliner that I've been so obsessed with. Aaliyah J is who originally inspired me on how to do this damn eyeliner, and I could never figure out how to do it. It never worked for me, but B. Marie recommended the Wet n Wild Mega Eyeliner, and one day I just sat down and practiced it. Now, every time I do my eyeliner, I'm doing the cat eyeliner and dragging it all the way to my inner corner. Now I'm just going to prep my lashes with some mascara before I go ahead and put my false lashes on. If you follow my social media, then you know I've always worn really long, really bold eyelashes. These eyelashes are from Rich Homie Quanda via Instagram. These are her 25 millimeter lashes, and I have 2 pairs stacked, and I'm using the Allure eyelash applicator to go ahead and pop them into place. And once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my concealer. Now that both of my eyelashes and eyeliner are done, I didn't want to go too much into detail on my face application because there literally is nothing different as far as steps. The only thing that's really different for me is the fact that I've switched my foundation that I blend down to my neck. So instead of using the Milani 2-in-1 concealer foundation that I always use all over, I'm using the Too Faced concealer. I'm using the Too Faced foundation in Spiced Rum, and I really, really like that foundation. I've been really just all into Too Faced lately. Like, their face products are amazing, and I'm super obsessed with it. And I'm really transitioning my kit into having pretty much all Too Faced products. didn't record blending out my under eye concealer. So if you guys want to see a more detailed video on my makeup, like, you know, my face application makeup, check out video number 3 on my channel, which is my everyday makeup routine. And there in that video is where I list all the products that I always use, all the brushes. It's literally just my face routine. It's nothing with the eyes, so it's really easy for you guys to follow along and see exactly what I'm using and what steps I'm taking. Here I'm going to take that blending brush and I'm just using whatever is left over as far as excess to go ahead and brush at the beginning of my brows so that they don't look empty as far as shadow go. And guys, my eye was watering so bad and it was so annoying. Lately my eyes have been watering really bad. I don't know what it is, but I had to keep cleaning up my eyeliner and reapplying my eyeshadow, and it just really upset me. One thing I do kind of switch up depending on the look is my highlighter. So for this look, I use the Laura Geller High Def Glow Illuminator Duo in Heart of Gold. I put down the gold shimmery highlighter first, and then I went in with my crayon case highlighter powder in Glowden, and the brush that I'm using is by e.l.f. It's their highlighting brush. Once I'm all highlighted, I'm going to go in with the smudge brush, and I'm just taking the last transition shade in Muddy and I'm smudging that underneath my waterline before I take my brow pencil and go ahead and fill in the beginning of my brows really softly to give a nice gradient effect. I really stepped out of my comfort zone with this look, with this lip, because you guys know I am a brown lip liner, nude gloss kind of girl, but I really wanted this to pop. So I'm going to go in with the Crayon Case Liquid Lipstick in Crawfish. And once I have that down as the base for my lip gloss, I went ahead and went in with some cosmetic glitter as well as some 3D chunky glitter. You can get red cosmetic glitter from anywhere, or I believe NYX has a red glitter as well. And you can stop at just the fine glitter. Like, you don't have to go in with the chunky glitter. I personally want it to be really sparkly. So I'm using my Cake Your Face Official Glitter in Santa Baby. And to apply the fine glitter, I just literally put it on to the lipstick while the lipstick was wet. But for the 3D chunky glitter, I took my NYX glitter primer glue, and I took, I want to say the smudge brush from the quartz set. You don't have to use this brush. You could use whatever you wanted to use. I originally was using my finger, but my nails are too long, so I had to go in and use a brush. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, as well as follow my social media, and stay tuned for the next video.